So this canal's quite a bit wider than the other canals we've been on. The Staffordshire-Worcester Canal was quite narrow and very windy in places. So far the Shropshire Union Canal's nicely wide, and there's a lot more traffic. I think this canal is probably the most popular leg of the Four Counties Ring. And it's supposed to be the best scenery of the Four Counties Ring canals. Although we've seen some fabulous scenery the whole way around. So looking forward to the rest of the journey up this canal. Move out the way. Oh, don't attack the boat. We are friendly. We come in peace. Rhonda's ducks at the same time. Sorry, geese. Geese, not ducks. So here's a much better example of those steel reinforcing posts that have literally worn away from hundreds of years of rope from the horses. Mr. Crane, let's see if he stays. Will he fly? There he goes. Just about to pass underneath the busy M54 motorway. We've passed underneath the M6 a few times. Now this is the M54. It's really noisy. So peaceful around, and then you get to the motorway and boy is that noisy. But it'll soon die away into the distance as we get underneath. There's the bridge to nowhere. It's such a beautiful bridge and there's nothing going over it. Like, we had a look on the map. Not even a road, and it's such a decorative bridge. Some of these cuttings that we're going through now are beautifully tree lined. You can see behind me the trees just overhang the canal on both sides, which makes it really shady, which is nice for me for the sunburn, and cool. It's very cool in here, which is nice. It's getting up to 20 degrees again outside, but in these cuttings with the trees it's got to be at least 5 or 6 degrees cooler, and there's a breeze coming through, so this is really cool way to travel. So we are about to come through a village which was going to be our night number 7 stopping off point, and it is only day 6 and we've only been cruising for 3 hours, so we are still at least 24 hours ahead of our schedule. So we're just going to carry on by and just see where the canal takes us before we decide where to moor tonight. So we're just coming into the outskirts of the village where we were going to overnight. See the church steeple over there, which in the English villages is normally the very centre the town or the village. It's nice, eh? So Rhonda's decided to be brave and shimmy down the side to go and sit in the front for a little while. Don't fall in.
I made it.
Oh, good. It's comfy there. And she made it safe and sound. I'll let her get some good video from the front and then... So here's a strange structure up in front. Not sure if it's a bridge or what it is.
Oh, it's an aqueduct.
Oh, it's an aqueduct, of course. That's what it is, an aqueduct. So the canal is going across either a river, another canal, or a road. It sounds like there's a road maybe down below. So we'll see as we get over here. Quite an ornate structure. Well, it is, it's a main road, so yeah, this is an aqueduct. So the canal allows us to pass over the road, 30 feet or so in the air, and the traffic below passes by unaware that there's a canal overhead, I'm sure. Now that's what you call a garden on your boat. It's crazy. Progress today along the Shropshire Union is very slow because we're passing dozens of residential mooring areas, and the rule is you pass all these moored boats at tick over. And when you pass several dozen, one after the other, it does slow the journey down, which, I mean, you're on a canal boat, so you're going to slow anyway. But this is one thing that the maps can't tell you, is where the residential moorings are and how much time to allow for going past them. And that's for somebody who's hiring a boat like we did, and you're on a schedule, because we're doing the 4 counties ring, and you have to have the boat back by a certain day. So you have to schedule yourself, and you've got to time yourself and kind of plan how far you're going to do every day. And we've done good. We've got 24 hours ahead of ourselves, but maybe if these mooring areas had been at the beginning of the journey, we wouldn't be 24 hours ahead, because it's slow going when you're on a schedule. For people who, you know, live here and they use narrow boats as a way of life, and people who live on narrow boats, it really doesn't matter going slow at tick over, because, you know, time doesn't mean anything on the canal, really. Hey, so we are almost our destination for tonight. It's 1:30. We decided to cut it short again, make a nice early day. We're so far ahead, and we are going to pull up. We've got a short tunnel to go through, and then I think 2 bridges, and then there's a mooring point near a little village, so that will be our stopover for tonight. Yay! And here's the tunnel I mentioned. Cowley Tunnel. Shortest tunnel on record, I think. You can see the other end quite clearly. But it is a tunnel blasted through solid rock. You can see the rock formations here. just going to go through it at a nice slow pace. And again, it's another place where probably you don't want to meet another boat come in. You could probably actually pass at an absolute squeeze 2 boats, but I wouldn't want to try it because I know my boat would be scraped all the way down the side of the wall. So this is much better just slowly cruising through with no boats coming the other way. And here we are emerging safely out of the other end of the tunnel. Yeah, this end of the tunnel is literally carved out of the rock that surrounds it. It's like a sandstone rock. So now we're going to carry on up here and look for a mooring. So we're almost at our mooring point. We had to stop to take advantage of a water point along the canal. And we are going to moor only about 30 or 40 yards up the canal. And look, what do we have here? The navigation in. I'm sure that will be getting a visit from us. I'm just going to go and eat my lunch while the water's filling. That's quite a large tank. Rhonda's just shouting me for lunch, so I will do as I'm told and go and eat lunch. Not pretty over there. So tonight we decided to cheat on the home-cooked boat food, and I'm in the Bengal spice Indian takeaway. We were sat in the pub having a couple of drinks after we moored, and some locals were in there, and they said this Indian takeaway is one of the best, and that started our taste buds salivating, and it was not much of a convincing to say let's have an Indian instead. So I'm just waiting for it to be cooked. It was about a 20-minute walk from the boat, and a 20-minute walk back.